Good evening and welcome to your Class vs. Crass Nintendo podcast. This is our 82nd episode. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Lapine, and joining me, the man stuck in 1999, Sean Long.
Why am I stuck in 99?
It sounds better than saying 96.
Okay.
So I
guess.
want to give you the benefit of the doubt that you cover the whole 90s. And then you just
Well,
stopped. You just died.
that's very kind of you.
You died with Y2K.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. If this is your first time joining us on the Class vs. Crass podcast, first of all, welcome. This is a 1-hour podcast where Sean and I go over what we've been playing over the past week. Then we cover the major Nintendo headlines. This week, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch initial sales, which are looking very good. So there's a lot of good stuff to talk about there. We had PAX East last week to talk about. Lots of content up on the channel. Lots of new games to talk about. And then, of course, the last 15 minutes is dedicated to the lightning round. That's where we take your questions, topics, all that good stuff. So without further ado, you ready to get the show started, Sean?
Let's go.
Oh, and we've gotten a little bit more official after 2 years. Class vs. Crass now has an official mug. You're not a talk show / podcast unless you have a proper mug.
We've got the mug.
We got the mug. We got the swag. We are moving. We're going places.
Something like that.
Something like that. So, Sean, what have you been playing this past week? And also,
Zelda.
Easy on Zelda spoilers. We're going to be easy on Zelda spoilers. It's still this week.
That's fine. Been playing Zelda, Bomberman, Blaster Master, a little bit of I Am Setsuna, King of Fighters 98, Fast RMX.
You just been playing everything, haven't you?
Yeah, I brought my Switch to work, to my day job on Thursday because I was working at the slower store, and it was slow as shit. And I was just playing some Zelda, and then this girl that I work with, I was like, "You want to try this racing game?" So I set up the little dock thing.
Picking up with the Switch.
Okay, no. We just played it. I just wanted to see what it was like, how the split screen looked on Fast RMX on the Switch, and it looked pretty good.
Are you having any complaints about the size of the screen when you're playing multiplayer?
No.
You're happy with it?
On the Switch?
On the Switch.
On like the tablet portion?
Yeah.
Well, how big could it possibly be?
Well, it can't be, but do you find it problematic? Because it is small.
Her and I played it with no problems.
Okay.
I had one side of the screen. It wasn't top bottom. It's left and right.
Right.
So I was just on the left side and she was on the right side, and it was fine.
All right. So what are your thoughts?
It's not made. It's not made for like long term, like playing. It's made to just pick up and play simply.
Yeah. So the last time we got together, it was 2 weeks ago. So it was just about 2-3 days after the Switch launch. Has your impression of the Switch changed at all, for better or for worse? What do you think of the lineup of games? Anything you'd recommend? Anything you'd suggest staying away from?
No, I guess my most disappointing thing was Bomberman, but since they fixed the input lag on the controls, it plays a hell of a lot better. So it's actually much, much more enjoyable. I wish I need to spend more time with I Am Setsuna. I think that's actually going to be a game I'll really like, but I don't know. Zelda.
Is that the one inspired by Chrono Trigger? Like, has similar content?
Yeah, it looks like it looks sort of like a hybrid between like a PS1 and a SNES RPG, but like clean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. The combat seems interesting. The story is actually pretty damn dark. Like I said, I haven't delved like super deep into it, but like as of right now, I'm supposed to go to a town and kill this girl who just turned 18 as a sacrifice. Whoa. So like I'm totally into that. Like that shit is tight. So yeah, I like the story. I need to play it more. I know stupid 8-bit Eric just did a review on it, so I might check that out. See, hopefully there's no spoilers in it, but yeah, the system's awesome. Like, it's the most interesting thing since sliced bread. Like, it's genius.
Hmm. I was just going off yesterday with a friend, just saying, I feel like this is a console that, if I had Nintendo's whole dev team to myself, this is what I would need for my lifestyle. And I wouldn't even know how to describe it because I would have never been able to imagine it. It just flows so well. Like, I'm constantly on the road with it, playing with it at home. If I'm waiting in the car to pick someone up, or if I'm waiting, to pick up my son from school, I'm in the car playing it. When I'm between cities, playing it. I was at PAX East, I brought it with me. Playing in the hotel. Like, I love this thing. And the gaming library on it is amazing. So let me share with you what I've been playing. Not much. I got Zelda, of course. Put a lot of hours into that, but I got Blaster Master Zero, which I was super excited for after seeing the trailer. And first time with Blaster Master, and I'm loving it. I feel it's the right balance of retro and difficulty. Like, usually I feel if I go back to retro games now, they're usually just so hard and so unrewarding. They're just not worth it. That's my impression of it. But Blaster Master Zero is just properly balanced. And I played some. Yeah.
No, keep going.
And I played Snipper Clips. Those are the 3 games I've been playing.
What was the other game?
Zelda.
Fast?
No, I'm not really into racing games. So Zelda, Blaster Master Zero, and Snipper Clips.
Oh, okay.
I do want to pick up I Am Setsuna, but the downside of the Switch is everything is very expensive. I mean, they're good games, but I'm just trying to spread the spend out a little bit. Blaster Master Zero was pretty easy. It was like $12 here in Canada, so that's not bad.
Right.
I am looking at Spectre Knight. I want to pick that up, but I'm probably just going to get the whole Treasure Trove collection, or Treasure Trove, just to get all of the campaigns all in one place. Like, I really feel like the Switch is my definitive play spot now. My definitive go-to console to play, and if the indie support continues to be as strong as it's starting out to be, that's where I'm going to be playing all my indies. So,
keep on playing indie.
Keep on playing indie. I'm so happy to be saying that again. So if any of you guys in the chat haven't noticed, Indie Corner, Indie Corner is back. The reboot of this show I think I released it on Thursday. And if you're not familiar with Indie Corner, it used to be a weekly news show that would cover all the indie games coming for the Wii U and the 3DS. This new Indie Corner, it's a reboot. It's going to cover all of the Nintendo Switch's indie games, and it's also going to cover anything exclusive to the eShop. So we're breaking down some borders now.
You did it.
Did it.
You broke down the wall.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was easy. It was easy to fill an episode of Indie Corner. Oh, what you said?
Or so where you built one.
No, that's what you Americans do. We Canadians don't build walls. We break them.
How many walls has Canada broke? Like, ever?
Well, there's. I don't know.
Like, it's just a weird thing to say.
What was I saying? Yep. Yeah, so the old Indie Corner was easy because we always had a lot of titles to cover on the Wii U and 3DS. But I feel the quality was always a bit weak on the games, whereas the Switch's lineup is a lot stronger. So
what are you talking about? There's such quality games as
Get out of here. Get out of here. So I love that Nintendo is taking a more quality over quantity approach to their eShop. Everyone asks me this every week. Why is my video inverted? I really don't know. It's Google Hangout that does it, and I don't know how to uninvert it. So bear with an inverted screen.
I will not.
You're gonna have to live with it, sir.
It's okay. I don't even see you anyways.
All right. How you liking Zelda? Did you beat it yet?
Yeah, I beat it last night when I messaged you.
Oh, I wasn't aware. So we beat it at the same time.
roughly. I just decided it was time to finish it and you know see. I wanted to see percentages and whatnot.
So,
But
so that unlocks
yeah,
extra.
I'm nowhere near done with the game. Like
Mm-hmm.
I still want to play it a bunch more.
Yeah, I was in the same boat. I wanted to. I actually want to explore Hyrule Castle. I want to see if I could find some good items, and I was definitely not ready for the ending. So I actually came in from the east, and I just like climbed all the walls and sneaked my way into the castle, and then bumped into Ganon. And I'm like, all right.
That's pretty much that's pretty much what I did too. I went to like one little portion of the castle, and then like everything else, I just did the super jump thing where you
Oh
fly
yeah, yeah, I love that thing.
just to go up.
When I got after I did the thing and I was back in the castle. When I tried to leave, I'm like, oh, I'll take the path on the map. There's probably treasure along the way, and I got locked in with what do you call those things? The horsemen.
Guardian.
No, the
Oh,
half.
Lionel Richie.
Yeah, the Lionels. I got locked in with one. I was like, oh my god, and like those things are harder to beat than the boss, in my opinion. Um,
Lionel. I mean, you just got to spam your lightning attack if you have any.
I don't think I do. But yeah, funny thing is, so Sean and I didn't even know he beat it yesterday, but we both beat it. And our percentage rate, or completion rates, are very similar too. I beat at 15% completion, and you were around that area too, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with Korok seeds, from what I've been told.
I hear. That's what I hear. I have a lot of shrines, though, and memories to get, so.
But I mean, I found a horse stable that I had never been to before. After I beat the game, like I was just walking around and I was like, wait a second. And I was like, oh, look, new side missions and stuff.
Yeah. So if you recall, when I bought the Zelda, I went on a spending spree and I bought a whole ton of things. So I'm starting to collect. I'm going for the 100% completion rate. And there is no way I would ever get the 900 seeds just by dumb luck and searching that whole map on my own. I would be retired. So I found out that the book I bought with the game came with a map. And don't worry, guys, there's no spoilers here. I'm going to hold it far enough away that you're not going to see. So I have this massive map of all of Hyrule. And on it is the location of all 900 seeds. Now, you might say, like, this side of the map is just the seeds. You might say it's cheating and that it's not fair, but seriously, even with the map, I spent about an hour or two today just going for the seeds, and I got about 5 or 6. So even with a map, this is going to take me a lot of time to find them all.
Are you going to try to get all the seeds?
Well, I have the map. I don't know. Like, after getting 3 or 4, I got kind of discouraged because I was like, oh my god, this is taking forever. I'll probably get discouraged, but I'm going to try for it. Some of them are really
I don't have
elaborate.
that sort of patience.
Yeah, some of them are very elaborate in how you get them. So, we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Might be a slow burn. Are you going to get the DLC?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to buy it now.
Mm-hmm. Too
But
much other stuff to buy.
yeah, yeah, I will.
So we got a guy in the chat here. Leaf Stormblaze knows a guy who got them all without a guide. How is that possible? Do you know that
Holy
person
shit.
Do you know that person in person?
No,
Because even with this guide, if I would have started with the guide 2 weeks ago, it would probably take me 2 weeks to do. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that claim.
No, he didn't.
I don't think so. Salvador asks, is it cruel to find enjoyment dropping rocks on Koroks I find? I do that all the time.
I did it by accident today.
First
I
time?
didn't real. Well, yeah, because I picked up a rock and he was under it, and then I was like, oh, and then I dropped the rock and it hit him in the head and he made a noise, and I was like, oh my bad, dude.
I do it all the time. Here's something that I find really interesting. This is not a spoiler. Again, I was going through my book. So I always said I wouldn't open the book until I beat the game. So I beat the game, so now I'm going. I'm more easy to go through the book. And there's these armor sets that are not in the game necessarily, but they're unlocked through Amiibo. And they don't tell you in this book which amiibo unlock these sets, but do you think it would be a spoiler if I say what, like the one I told you in chat?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, because I don't think you can get it. Is there a list anywhere that says what amiibo unlocks which armor sets? I'm gonna look it up.
I'll Google.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I see somebody's asking it, so let me just see. So, I don't even think this amiibo is out yet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not all of these are out. So I don't know if you don't want to hear this, just mute us for a minute. But basically, apparently there's a amiibo that are going to unlock the tunics of Link from every game. Like, apparently you could get like the Wind Waker tunic by using a certain amiibo. I would assume it's Wind Waker Link. I don't know if all this is activated yet, but I was looking for this sort of stuff in the game and I couldn't find it. I was like, where is it? But the cool one is there's a Fierce Deity Link armor set, apparently, that you can get through an amiibo. And I was like, well, what amiibo would that be? So maybe that one's not released yet. It's really, that'd be really cool.
The 8-bit Link gives you something cool.
The original tunic, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. So each
So Ace Tech is saying can't get to the costumes yet.
Okay. I want that Dark Link shit, man.
You know how to get that, right?
Yeah, you got to deal with
the dude
and Bone Guy. I can't even find him.
Did you find him the first time?
Yeah, I found him the first time, but now I'm trying to find him again so we can do business.
Oh, he's just go to any. I'll tell you in chat later.
Yeah, but you still got to find him. I know what to do. I just can't find him.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you where he's easy to find. All right, so let's get into the headlines. Or is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of what you've been playing?
No, it's fine.
All right. So 2 weeks now the Nintendo Switch has been out, and the confirmed number is we are at 1.5 million units sold. Already about 10% of the Wii U's total lifetime. This is a better.
Why is that funny to you?
It's funny because in 2 weeks the Switch is. I mean, okay, the Wii U sold just as well too in its first week, so it's not an indication.
No, it didn't. It sold.
No, wait.
It didn't sell.
No, it didn't sell that well.
It didn't sell nearly that well.
But the Switch is outselling the Wii, isn't it?
Yes.
At least in the first week, and then it's scaled back in the second week. It's slowed down. People are saying that might be because of stock, not having enough stock on hand, and also the Wii came out during the holiday season, whereas the Switch did not. So those are two factors that are.
No, it's not. It's not that it could be stock. It is stock. They only made 2 million for the month of March. They sold 1.5 million in like a week.
Oh, I didn't see that. Is that confirmed that they made 2 million?
Yeah, that was back at an investors meeting.
Okay.
So, I mean, doing basic math,
That's fair.
You know.
And we also know that they are now ramping up production.
Yeah, they're doubling from 8 mil to 16 mil in the fiscal year, which is crazy.
Which, this is really good. It seems like everything is just paced out properly, because there's probably going to be another surge of Switch purchases when Mario Kart comes out. So this gives them kind of a month to hopefully restock shelves.
And then Splatoon.
And then they're going to empty the shelves with Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon. I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out throughout the year. Like I'm loving this strategy. I'm loving the marketing aspect of it, the release schedule of it, and the indie support around it is just so strong. Like people in the chat, have you guys picked up anything from the eShop yet on the Switch? If so, what title, and anything you regret or anything that you would highly recommend? Like there's not that many titles right now, but they're all really good.
Or something you're in between with.
All right. Any other headlines to cover?
Just moving right along here.
Well, we talked about selling, unless you have other things you wanted to cover.
Well, there's the whole, you know, I
The
don't
whole
know,
thing.
the whole thing,
The whole
man.
thing. Oh, by the way, I have one more interview from my visit to PAX coming out, which is with the developer Image and Form, the guys behind SteamWorld Dig 2, which comes out in a few months. So that's my last interview, and then I'm done with my PAX coverage. I saved it for last since their game is coming. Oh, here's another game I want to talk about. Has Been Heroes. Um, I talked about this game I think 2-3 weeks ago. It was the one that left the most bitter taste in my mouth after trying it at a media event in January. But I tried it again at PAX, and this time one of the developers actually walked me through the game and was coaching me through a level, through a battle, and whole different perspective. So key thing is you can pause at any time, and that was the my biggest gripe with the game before, because everything's happening so fast it's almost impossible to stay on top of it unless you're really experienced with the game. So they taught me that there was a pause button, that you can pause the game at any time and figure out a strategy and execute on it. So way more fun now. And found out the game is coming out at the end of the month. I think it's being published by GameStop, so that's the only place where you can pick it up physically, and it's only going to be $20, and you're looking at 40 to 100 hours of content in this game. Just fantastic value, fun game, really fast-paced gameplay, easy to pick up and go. Like, this is going to be a really good title.
It looks good. I think I've already pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
I bought something for like 20 something dollars from GameStop online, so I think that's what it is.
Mm. You know, I did you try any of the Neo Geo games in multiplayer mode?
Multiplayer mode? What do you mean?
Just with a second player, because you can
Oh,
do that.
why? I mean, no. I only got King of Fighters 98, and I don't really know anyone who can play King of Fighters, so.
Hmm. When I was putting Indie Corner together last week, I realized, like, oh my god, you can play Metal Slug, all these games instantly, just if you have a friend with you.
Yeah, it's true. Because it has a controller built into it.
Two controllers. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I was happy that they fixed the colors in the game.
Oh, you have your
The
little
Neo Geo
discovery
stuff.
there. Let's talk about color.
Oh yeah, the RGB. I mean, some people are totally against it, but I mean, I know myself, and
Give us a
I
story.
think you
What are you
and
talking
some.
about? What are you talking about?
So, YouTuber Jason Hooft, JKB, back with another episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you go into your system settings and your TV settings, your RGB scale will be automatic. If you change it to full, depending on your television, there's a good chance that it'll actually look a lot better, like the colors and whatnot. Like, I put up something on Twitter about it because some people, aka Dr. Trey, were like, no, it makes the colors bleed, it loses detail, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, maybe, but it looks better on my TV now. So just try it out. Switch it to full RGB mode. Like, just the best way to do it is either take a picture with your phone or just like get a mental image of where you're at in a game, pause the game, go into the system settings, change the setting, and then unpause the game and look at it. And like game like Zelda really benefited. Fast RMX didn't really notice a huge difference or whatever, but like Zelda to me looked like night and day, and like I will not go back to standard RGB or the automatic anytime soon.
I still haven't done the Switch.
You
I'll try it out someday. I'm sure.
didn't try it at all?
No, I don't care. The game looks good enough as it is. Like I
But it
am.
looks so much better.
I'm telling you, when I say I'm not a graphics guy, like I really don't care. As long as I'm having fun with
You know,
it.
you know what's funny? I see people are talking about King of Fighters.
Mm.
I primarily bought King of Fighters for three reasons. One, it's a good game. Two, I wanted to see what the emulation was like. And three, I wanted to see how the D-pad worked because
Good call.
you know the Joy-Con doesn't have a traditional D-pad, so in everyone's mind they're like, oh well, in order to play Ultra Street Fighter 2, I'm gonna have to buy another controller because if you're there's pretty much two types of fighters. There are arcade stick and D-pad fighters. Simple as that. And so everyone was under the impression that the Nintendo Switch is a 4-directional D-pad sort of thing, which I proved wrong with Super Bomberman R, but not enough people listened to me. So I tried it with King of Fighters, and guess what? I was throwing all the moves. So unless Hamster went in there and made it so that you only need 2 directions and there's no, indent direction anymore needed to throw moves, which I highly doubt they did, it is a 8-directional thing. D-pad.
Very cool. We got Tony in the chat. No, not Tony. Santiago in the chat saying he thinks Samurai Shodown is coming in the next batch. I just saw this article written by Mr. Sean Long saying the next batch of Neo Geo games coming to the Switch have been revealed, and we are getting 6 new titles, which are Alpha Mission 2, Fatal Fury, Metal Slug, Neo Turf Masters, Samurai Shodown, Sengoku, and World Heroes.
I want Alpha Mission 2. I love a good shmup.
Is that what it is? Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people are bitching about a no virtual console. This is better than a virtual console.
You don't need a virtual console. I'm serious.
Jesus Christ, how many times do you need to play Super Mario Brothers on the NES? Like, shit, play some retro games you never played. Like, 50% of the Neo Geo library. Like, you didn't play Neo Geo games. Nobody did, unless you were a freaking, arcade person.
Or if you picked up the SNK collections or any of the repackaging.
But even so, like...
I'm seriously debating delaying the purchase of Mario Kart 8 and just using that money to pick up all these indies and like just investing that in indies and these Neo Geo games, because there's just literally too many games right now to buy.
No, Snake Pass comes out.
Snake Pass is
this week
so good.
Is it this week? No, it might be next week.
I think it is this week. There's a lot of stuff that's coming this week.
I think it is this week.
Yeah, you got Snake Pass coming this week. You've got No More Heroes is coming this week. It's either this week or Monday, as in next Monday.
No More Heroes.
Has Been Heroes. Has Been Heroes.
Has Been Heroes is next week.
Is it?
Yeah.
What other?
Exactly. The D buttons on the Joy-Con work fine. Like, I'm not even worried about the damn anything for the Ultra Street Fighter 2. I'll destroy people with that D-pad. The D-pad works fine. Has Been Heroes is like the 28th, I think, which is next Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Snake Pass releases this week, though.
This Thursday, right? It's still doing Thursday releases?
Yeah. Oh, no. Snake Pass scheduled for the 28th.
By the way, shameless plug, if you haven't heard of Snake Pass or you are curious about it, I did interview the developer behind it at PAX. The video went up last week, and the guy's backstory is amazing. Like, go listen. It takes 5 minutes, but to learn how that game was made will just give you so much more respect and admiration for the game. Like, this guy was a teacher. I'm going to give you the story right now, because why not?
Give him the story.
This guy was a teacher, and he used to do levels or something in Little Big Planet, and he actually built up a reputation because he was so good at doing levels in Little Big Planet. And what's the company behind Little Big Planet? Sumo Digital?
Yeah, Sumo Digital.
Sumo Digital offered him a job because he was building such a reputation for himself. He took the job. They started training him in Unity, I think. It was Unity. It was a platform anyways. The guy started trying to program a rope, accidentally forgot to attach it to the ceiling, so the rope fell and coiled. Now, it just happened that the guy was also obsessed. He's also obsessed with snakes. He has, I think, 2 pet snakes. And he's like, I think there's a game here. 2 years later, bam, Snake Pass. It sounds way more interesting when he says it, so go check it out. It's funny that DevBert says don't tell Rerez the D-pad is bad, because I think Rerez is one of the people who said that the D-pad was good on the Switch, unless he changed his opinion on it.
He probably did. When does is I hope Pocket Rumble comes out this week.
Yes, that'd be cool.
I
Are
want to
you
play
picking up
that.
Binding of Isaac? Have you ever played Binding of Isaac? That came out last week as well.
No, I might go buy it.
It's
I was
expensive.
gonna go buy it. It's only $40 in the States. You know what? I need to look on Amazon. I'm waiting for
Well,
it to go on Amazon
we
because I
don't
can
all
get
make
it
as much
cheaper.
money as you do making videos, sir.
Okay. Anyways, um,
My little
I want to
fat
buy it off
dogs.
Amazon,
Switch eShop
but
releases March. What
they don't
is
have
this
dates. I
list?
just looked.
Oh, they don't for
Yeah,
March
see it.
23rd?
They like sold out on Amazon, and it's
Oh
pissing me
man,
off.
there's the Tomorrow Corp with their three games. I need to pick up World of Goo, and I want to
That
pick
came
up.
out
Yeah, it
this
came.
past week.
It did. Yeah, I'm just saying all these titles I need to pick up. World of Goo, and what's the other one that I want to get? The not the Little Inferno, the other one, the one where you
Human
program.
resource machine.
That's the one I want to try that one. So it's funny that uh, David is saying Snake Pass is a unique take on 3D platformers. When I called it a 3D platformer, the developer corrected me. He's like, no, 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 it's more of a puzzle game, not a 3D platformer. So I think it's a little bit of both.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. Rerez says the Pro Controller's D-pad is bad.
I don't even have a Pro controller. I don't even care about the Pro controller.
Yeah, see, Binding of
Like
Isaac here in Canada is like over $50. So I'm not picking that up right now.
I don't have the GCU thing yet. I need to buy it. I
The
prefer
GCU?
Best Buy.
What's the GCU?
Game Club Unlocked or something that Best Buy offers. You get like 20% off new games for like a yearly fee and some other crap.
Hmm. So that's good. Yeah, Binding of Isaac developers did say don't buy from scalpers if you can't find it. They are pushing a lot. They are pushing a lot of copies out, so you should be able to pick one up. So just keep on waiting if you haven't been able to find one yet.
And keep on playing indie while you're waiting.
Keep on playing indie. Are we gonna see a week in review come back too?
No. Maybe.
Might
I
not
don't
be.
know. It depends.
It's kind of encompassed in this podcast now.
It pretty much. I mean,
That's why
that
we
was
do it.
one of the reasons why
Mhm.
it was like, hey, let's talk about everything on Saturday, and then, hey, let's talk about everything again on Sunday.
Yep.
That sounds like fun.
Hmm. One of the reasons I started doing Indie Corner, like in the very first place, was to educate myself on what was in the eShop. So it kind of serves two purposes. Not only do I, um, you know, share the news with you guys, but I get to learn what's in the eShop and I get to find out what I want to buy.
Dun, 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 dun,
Nope,
dun,
that
dun.
song's gone.
This song really needs. Why?
Because I got a copyright claim on that one, so I don't own that song.
Because it was stolen.
It wasn't stolen. I don't even know where it came from. That's when another editor used to work. Like, I didn't put Indie Corner together originally, so I kind of took over the format from, you know him, Pinsan.
Oh yeah.
Any other, what else? What else we got in the news? What else is making waves in the Nintendo world? I actually saw one and I lost it.
Good job.
There's the Nintendo Switch has a hidden cloud save feature, which it's cool. So I think someone sent their Switch out for repair or something, and it just turns out, you know what? Let me read this story. Have you read this story? You know what this is about? This is a long story. I'm not reading this.
Yeah, it's sort of like they sent it for repairs, and there was something. I don't know.
Cloud
I
save
didn't read
features.
it.
If that's something, what I do wish, this is one thing the Switch doesn't have. If I have to knock the Switch for one thing, yeah.
I was gonna say I got something else we could talk about, but go on.
Okay. I wish that you, and let me know if there's a way to do this. I haven't figured it out. I really wish you could lock your account on the Switch. Because you know how easy it is to wipe your Zelda file? It only takes about 2 clicks for an unknowing little child to delete your entire Zelda save file by just going into your account, starting a new game, gone. So
That's why I don't have little children in my house.
I really wish that could. That almost happened last week, but the Switch was already logged in a test account I had made. So, whew, cut it close. Cloud save feature video was debunked.
There we go.
That didn't last long.
People want us to talk about the Dark Souls thing.
What is this Dark Souls thing?
So, who did it? I think it was GameStop. I mean, GameSpot posted some footage of the new Dark Souls DLC, and on the thing it says captured on a Switch.
What? What?
Yeah,
Do you have a link?
but I think it's an error.
Oh, here.
Primarily because,
Mm-hmm.
well, no, I think it's like an error, as in they just
Oh, it's by Lowercase.
put the wrong thing up there.
They're back in
Ex-
business.
And that's another reason why I give it no credence, because it's a Lower Kate Dale rumor, and they are not reliable.
I thought they went underground after a bit.
That's an old rumor from them.
Dark Souls 3 coming to the Switch? That
Yes. Yes.
rumor? Where is this video from?
And I think GameSpot even said it was an error or something.
Oh. Yeah, this could easily be just an overlay mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
Meh.
I don't think it's anything to put credence into, especially considering it's a
Okay,
here's
here's the official statement from GameSpot. Hey everyone, previously this video labeled the Dark Souls 3 The Ring City gameplay as being captured on Switch. This was a mistake and the video has now been updated to correctly label it as a PS4 footage. Thanks for anyone who pointed that out for us. We'd love to see Dark Souls on Switch though, fingers crossed. So rumor debunked. Dark Souls 3 is not confirmed to come out on Switch. It's just a mistake.
Well, yeah, it's a Laura Kate Dale rumor.
Mm-hmm. Let's not get back into rumors. We got so much good stuff to talk about nowadays. We don't need to go back.
It's not a rumor. I mean, it was just based on what information was provided by them.
Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Do we want to go into the lightning round then?
Yeah, we can. I mean,
go for it. If I find anything interesting of note, I'll bring it up.
Okay. Ask questions, people.
Gee, can't be a little bit more inviting or nicer?
Would you guys get near Automata if it came to the Switch? It looks pretty cool, but meh. I mean, it just depends when it comes out, what the price point is, what else is going on.
Isn't it like Bayonetta style gameplay?
Yeah, I mean, it's a platinum game.
Yeah.
Do you think Nintendo will release a Pro Dock that will have a graphics card in it? No. The whole point of the Switch is that you don't have to update. This is just my theory, of course. You don't have to update the controllers. You don't have to update the dock. You don't have to update that shit. The only thing you have to update is the tablet. So, 4 years down the road, if Nintendo comes out and says, hey, current Switch owners, we are making our successor called the Switch 2 or whatever the hell. And if you have a Nintendo Switch, you only had to pay $200 for it or $150 for it, because all you need is this new tablet. And you put the new tablet into the Switch dock, and then boom, you're good to go. And it uses the same stuff. Like, they've actually future-proofed it by doing that, because all you have to do is just simply upgrade the tablet if you already own the system. If you don't own the system, they'll of course have a all-in-one bundle.
Oh, you know what? Another thing happened last week. Sonic 2017 had its first gameplay shown off.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna tell you.
Sonic Forces. I've never been so convinced that I don't care about Sonic anymore.
It's a stupid name, but I think the game looks pretty good.
It's the same thing. It's modern Sonic gameplay.
Yeah, but I don't hate modern Sonic.
It's
like
mediocre.
Sonic Adventure and shit.
Nah.
Think Skyrim will have mod support on the Switch? Skyrim has to have something on the Switch, or else Bethesda is just stupid as hell. Because nobody's gonna buy it for $60. Why do you think Disney classics aren't coming to the Nintendo Switch?
I thought 1-2 Switch would sell. Oh, that's a good one too.
Because Capcom's stupid as hell. I don't know. That's like it's like, hey, remember all these games that were released on the NES? Play them on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Well, what about the Switch? Nah, fam, nah. Like if I made a video on it. I was because I was actually off work that day when it was announced. And like I woke up and I had like 4 or 5 messages from people like, you can talk about this? You can talk about this? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. And they sent me the trailer and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll watch it and then just sort of do a reaction to it. And I watched it and I was like, I was watching it as I was on camera. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, awesome. And then I was like, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam. I was like, why is it this? What? This makes no sense.
None. The only thing, and I don't want to be hopeful, but the only thing that could make sense is that the Switch is getting a physical copy, and they want to release the digital and the physical together. But I really doubt it.
The developer of it, because Capcom is just publishing it, the developer of it said they would put it on the Switch and tweet Capcom. So I made like a little campaign online on Twitter, and I got a bunch of retweets. So who the hell knows? The Joy-Con is an 8-way D-pad on Blaster Master. If you hold 2 buttons, it will hold diagonally. Yeah, I don't understand why people thought it wasn't. Like, I don't know. Even you and I had this debate when the Switch was first revealed. I think even after you went and played it, because I was asking about the D-pad and you weren't quite sure because it only has 4 directions. How can that be 8 directions if there's nothing in between it? But magic. That's how. Magic. What do you think of returning battle mode in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? That's the reason to buy the game. Like, I mean, I would get it anyways. I guess I would buy it anyways since Nintendo of America is sticking their thumb up my ass.
Hey,
look, if you're not going to respond to my emails, we're going to have problems. So yeah, when I buy it, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great.
Something to note, if it is priced at full price, it's technically $20 cheaper because you are getting DLC. And battle mode. It is
full price, yeah.
Yeah. So you're almost getting like the base game, the original Wii U version for $30, and then you get another $30 of extras packaged in.
I'm calling the Master Sword will be in Sky. The only way Skyrim is going to sell on the Nintendo Switch in 2017, when the original game came out 5 years ago, and the remastered game will have come out over a year ago, is by putting in Fire Emblem and Zelda shit. It's simple. It writes itself. It's far enough away from Zelda to where Nintendo won't get their panties in a wad. Fire Emblem, you whore that franchise out anyways. You put it in everything you can, so who gives a damn? You got to do something like that. You got to have special things, and it has to be just like Minecraft. Minecraft on the Wii U sold surprisingly decently, although it was the last version released. Why? Because it had that Nintendo had that Mario shit in it. Mm-hmm. People like that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Question: RGT85 and Hey Jay, have you had any hardware issues, and how widespread do you think the issues are? I have not.
No, I've had literally zero. Absolutely zero. Every single person I know personally has had zero. There was some Joy-Con talk before the patch, and then it got a hell of a lot quieter.
Mm-hmm. I would recommend, if anybody has seen that. So there's a video going around the internet right now that is a compilation of all of the Switch fails and crashes, and it's very scary to watch, especially if you haven't bought a Switch, because it makes it look like every Switch out there is blowing up. And a YouTuber, which I really like, his name is Arlo, and I really recommend checking out his channel. He just made his latest video addresses that, and he covers the point very well. You should also just check out all his other videos.
You sold 1.5 million systems in an age where everyone has a cell phone. Nobody had piddly squat when the PS3 and the Xbox 360 came out. You know what I'm saying? Not nearly as many people had smartphones. So I broke 2 PlayStation 3s. I broke 3 Xbox 360s in 1 month. I even broke a Wii. I remember I had to send my Wii off to be repaired. Something happened to it. Like, shit happens, dude. It's technology.
Mm-hmm. And another interesting piece, I saw Rerez did a poll on Twitter asking people if they had any issues. And I think about 90 to 95% did not have issues with their Switch, according to that poll.
Like 1,000 people voted.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. So what you're seeing is not widespread issues. You have the one or two that are probably the first things that, like, these were probably the first Switch to be to go through the production line, and they're probably refining the process if it hasn't already been done. So it's only going to get better. Certainly. Hopefully.
Virtual Highlight is the worst game ever.
Which one?
Would you ever buy a third-party dock, Virtual Highlight on the Saturn? Would you ever buy a third-party dock for the Switch that makes it easier to take it in and out? Buy a third-party dock if it was cheap so I could put one in my game room. I don't think it's hard to, if you're not like a Neanderthal buffoon, like, it's not that hard to put. I mean, I take mine in and out like all the time. Like, oh, I gotta take a shit. Let me grab it out. Oh, I gotta take it. No. You know what you do? Here's what you do. So, like, here's the hole, right? Here's the hole where you put it in. And so this is where the screen goes, right? You lean it back. You lean it back so that the back
of it... You don't pull on it and, like, make sure the screen gets as much contact as possible?
You put it back and then you drop it. And it's fine.
I know.
People are just crazy.
Yeah, I don't see how you need the dock to be easier. I have no problems with it. It's very easy as it is.
Any chance of RGT85, the game, coming to the Switch? Probably not. It'd be a bestseller, though.
You're just like all the other people.
The GDC questionnaire, where only 3% of the attending developers were developing Switch games. Go ahead.
Okay, GDC happened before the Switch was released. Nintendo was very strict on who could have a developer kit. So that questionnaire is garbage. Don't even, like, it's not an even playing field. It's garbage. Let's see the questionnaire a year from now at GDC 2018. It will be very different.
I wonder who wrote that story.
Freaking Eli.
I was being facetious.
I know you were, but I'm calling him out on it. Because he puts his name on a lot of negative stories.
The man has literally wrote 2 stories in the month of March. Quote me on that. The man has written 2 stories this month.
And they're both negative?
Yeah. Did I see Super Metal Dave Switch issues video? No.
Did he have issues?
I love Dave, but he kind of... I think Dave got burnt out with everything, which does happen to some people. So no, I haven't caught that video.
Video about what? What's his video about?
Issues with the system.
His own system?
I guess. Do you guys find that Xbox One and PS4 fans are surprisingly fascinated with the Switch? I mean,
they're in denial again, it seems.
Well, the thing of it is, like, if you declare like such brand loyalty, like, you're an idiot. Like that's why, like, these Xbox specific and PS4 specific channels that focus on like what other people and what other competition are doing, they're literally cancer. And they'll never amount to anything, and they'll never go anywhere because you're like making some pseudo. Okay, the console wars was when I was a kid. You know, that's when it was console wars, when the companies were literally talking shit about each other in every advertisement video, every print advertisement. Like, everyone kisses up now. Like, they don't care. Everyone's getting their money, and it's just like these vehement fanboys that just like make their little Xbox One is the best system ever and everything sucks compared. It's like, what is wrong with you? Like, yeah, I talk about Nintendo stuff a lot, but that's just because I like Nintendo. I mean, I also talk about Sony stuff. I also talk about Sega stuff. Like, I don't understand this pigeonhole mentality. It's very scary. And how can you be an Xbox fan? Honestly, you literally have no games. And even a Sony fan. How can you be a Sony fan when Sony's putting all their shit on PC now?
What? Which one? What? What are they putting
on
PC?
PlayStation Now has PS4 games on there now, which is available through the computer.
Really?
So, like, yeah. So, like, you can play Xbox One and PlayStation 4 games on your PC. How is this not like... it boggles my mind. It's not an exclusive if it's on a freaking PC. Like, it's not. It's a multi-platform. The PC is its own platform, and people don't want to accept that. And it's mind-blowing. It's like Nintendo being like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put Breath of the Wild on the PC now," but you're still a Nintendo exclusive. No, you bastard! It's a PC game now too. It's crazy. That shit blows my mind. And why are you making home consoles if you're just gonna put things on PC? Especially Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's okay. You were a little slow at the beginning of the podcast, so it's nice to see you warmed up.
I hate that shit, man.
What do you?
You cannot have it's not an exclusive if it's on more than one thing.
You're gonna be okay.
Do they not know what the word exclusive means?
What does it mean, sir?
It means it's on one thing. Yeah, PlayStation Now does suck. I tried to play a PS3 game on there, and it was I don't even remember what game it was. I had like a free trial, and I was like, okay, this is dumb. Is there even any point of other two consoles or a PS5 and an Xbox Scorpio? Xbox Scorpio is the stupidest thing in the world.
And you don't even know what it is.
Absolutely. I know what it is. It's the stupidest thing in the world because you're not doing great, Microsoft. You're doing okay, but you're not doing great. You've pretty much told me as a consumer, hey, don't buy my platform because you can play all this shit on the PC. I literally have no exclusives.
At a premium.
And then
now, it's for that consumer that's, hey, I don't want to spend $1,000 on a PC. I want to have just a console.
But your PC can do other things too. And by the time, no, it's not a valid anymore. It's not a valid point anymore. But I don't understand why you're putting a more powerful console out again. Like, this is the third revision of the Xbox One because, yes, this is just an Xbox. Everyone's like, Nintendo's going to be in a bad position when the Project Scorpio comes out. No, they're not, because the Project Scorpio, every game that runs on the Scorpio, guess what? Has to run on the standard Xbox One. That 500 gigabyte fat, ugly thing that looks like a VCR and comes with Kinect. Yes, that Xbox One. So, like, it's just, oh, Jesus Christ.
I hate
What's the
VCR.
point?
It's so big.
What's the point? Why? Why do you need more power?
To get those ultra realistic grass blades on the soccer field.
So that way Fallout 5 could come out and still be a buggy, slow down mess, and everyone's like, oh, Bethesda, let me deep throat it, 10 out of 10. Like, get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
Okay. Next question that I had. I think someone was asking what you think about having a glass screen on the Switch. What do you think of the silly people who think the Switch should have had a glass screen? It
It would have been more expensive.
It would have been more expensive. It would have scratched less though. Would have been a bit.
But you can get like glass for it. That's not very expensive.
Oh, can you? I actually got a screen protector for mine. Yesterday. Just because I was getting nervous. It's crazy because I was when I first got the Switch, I was nervous to bring it out with me because I was like, oh my god, this $400 here in Canada console that I'm taking with me. And it dawned on me as I'm carrying my Switch in my laptop bag. I'm like, hold up, this laptop that's sitting right next to the Switch is worth like $2,000. Why am I worried about the Switch?
Yeah, I just bought a little case for like $30.
Yeah, you bought your starter kit, right?
Yeah, it works.
Mine's in this nice little black one from Holy, I think. Could be wrong. I forget.
What are your thoughts on JP Kellum's leaving Platinum? I don't like him.
Why not?
He snubbed me. He snubbed me or something. Something happened on Twitter between me and him.
You don't remember? Or you do remember?
I don't remember. Oh. Yeah, but I wasn't a fan of him after that.
Okay. So to get back into after Sean's little rant there, any questions, topics you guys want us to cover before we wrap up? What are your thoughts on the launch so far? How are you liking? How far have you guys finished Zelda? I actually have a. I want to get back to Zelda discussion at the beginning of this podcast because now that I've beaten it, um, I can look at the story as a whole and compare it to the other titles. And I don't know if I want to elaborate here. I actually want to make a video on this, but and I have to process this a little bit slower. But I don't think Breath of the Wild is necessarily the best Zelda story. The gameplay is phenomenal in Breath of the Wild, and that's where the game really shines. But the trade-off is you get a bit of a weaker story than the other games. I don't know.
But you also sort of create your own story.
You do, but like it's you lose some charm. Like what character?
Like, yeah,
what character?
It's not as like violently in your face, but
It's not. Just think of some of the what character really stood out for you in Breath of the Wild, like an NPC that you're like
bird.
the bird. Like they don't even
Play the accordion.
Yeah.
Was Cole or something his name
Yeah,
is?
I forget his name. But like think of Wind Waker. Think of like that little island and all the characters and the personas that were on there. Of course Wind Waker was a game that was really oozing with charm. But I just feel like the other I don't know. I feel like I'll elaborate more in another video. I have to think more about it. I do love the accordion. Oh my god, and the soundtrack, the background music when you enter Hyrule Castle, so good.
Is there any download play games on the Switch? I think Mario Kart's gonna be like the first one to have it, as far as I know.
So that's if you
with also 12-player LAN.
Is it 12 player? No, 8 player.
It's 12. No,
it's 12?
I think it's 12.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Yes. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will support up to 12 consoles in LAN mode.
Whoa. Oh, that makes sense. Hey, you have 12 racers on the corner. Okay.
That's insane.
Interesting. Perfect for tournament play.
Tournaments and I mean, I just beat the game yesterday, and I only beat it just because I wanted to see my completion percentage overall. But
I kind of want to beat it to see the ending before it gets spoiled for me online, because that's a ticking time bomb.
Right. What special surprise do you think Nintendo has ready for us at E3 this year? That's a good question. That's a good question to possibly end on, too.
I wanted to keep a lot of the E3 discussion for a bit later.
I was just going to say games. That's all they're going to show is games.
That's all they have.
And that's all they need to show.
Yeah.
You don't need to show a stupid system.
I hope they
You don't need to show.
I hope
you don't need to show virtual reality. Nope. Show games.
Yeah, just games. I hope they don't show another 3DS upgrade. Like, what are you doing?
No, 3DS is. I think the 3DS is done.
Me too. And after playing the Switch and handheld, and I look over at my 3DS, and I'm like, I don't want. By the way, does anybody want a new 3DS Majora's Mask Edition? Because I'm selling mine. So
he'll sign it.
If that's valuable to you, I think that might lessen the value of it. But yeah, if you want a new 3DS Majora's Mask, I barely used it. I'm selling it because the one I have, it has a capture card in it, and that's the one I use for all my games. So just offloading extra stuff.
Yeah, Patricia Somerset actually sat next to the aforementioned JKB on a train.
Oh yeah,
did you hear that story?
Yeah, the voice actor.
And like she saw his Triforce tattoo and was like, "I'm the voice of Zelda." And he was like, "What?"
She wasn't. No, she didn't tell him. I think he guessed it, or he didn't know.
Guitar.
Very nice. 7-string.
Yeah.
I see your pictures. Congratulations.
I wanted to show it to everyone else.
Anyways. All right, so we are going to wrap.
10 pounds. Got an offer.
We're going to do a bit of our little outro here, and wow, this channel is very different. I do apologize because we flooded the Nintendo Enthusiast YouTube channel last week. I think we put out 8 videos, almost 3 or 4 in a day, so sorry about that. It also shows because they have very low viewership. But we have 2 reviews that went out last week, including our lengthy Zelda one, which was reviewed by Matt. Some will consider there are spoilers in it, so go at your own risk. There's a Snipper Clips review by our very enthusiastic Andrew. And
poor Andrew.
He'll get there. There's 3 or 4 interviews from PAX. There's an interview with CND and Triforce and me. Those guys are going to be joining us on Class vs. Crass one of these days, by the way. There is...
That'll have to be like a 20-hour episode if Triforce is on.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He doesn't talk that much.
He's a good guy, but he talks a hell of a lot.
There's a co-op video, I think, that our PlayStation enthusiast dudes put up. I know IGN did it first, but when these guys did it, they didn't know that IGN did it. So they genuinely...
Who cares about IGN? Who watches IGN anyways?
Yeah, I don't. Indie Corner. Yeah, Indie Corner is back too. Go check that out. And anything coming out this week? Or did we just flood it all last week? Well, I have my interview with SteamWorld Dig 2. That's going to be going out this week. Are you still doing content for this channel, or are you gone now?
Where am I? Who are you? New phone. Who dis? I don't know. Like, what are you talking about? I did reviews the other week. I did Fast RMX. I did the other week is what I said. Okay. I'm sorry that I haven't.
By the way, a little moment to congratulate Mr. RGT85 on surpassing Nintendo enthusiasts and subscriber count. He did it. I said a mean thing to him a year ago, and he said, "Screw this! I'm gonna go start my own channel." And he's finally surpassed.
What happened?
It makes for a better story.
It does.
All right. So congratulations, sir. Hey Jay's gonna catch up to you one day with its measly 300 subscribers.
I think it will.
It could. I got some ideas. Just priorities. All right. So thank you everybody for joining us on tonight's Nintendo Enthusiast Class vs. Crass. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go and do that. We got some content coming out for you. I don't know if Indie Corner is going to be coming this week. I think it might make more sense as a 2-week show. So we'll see in 2 weeks. Sean, where can people find you?
Enthusiast.gg, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I'm not hard to find. I'm usually yelling at someone or causing trouble. So just look for the fire, and I'll probably be standing at the top of it, like, hey.
All right. And if you want more of me on Twitter, all my socials is HeyJayOfficial, and there's of course my YouTube channel if you want to go support that little seedling of a channel. Thanks everybody for... Yeah, I do have to upload Devbird. Thank you. I also have to make the video before I upload. So thanks again for joining. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, keep it classy. Or as Sean would say,
keep it classy.
By the way, if you don't want to watch us on YouTube, we're also on SoundCloud and iTunes. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Sing us away.
I thought you said we had an outro. Or did I make that up?
You made that up.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. I don't know the rest of the words. You